feels so weird talking and not having anyone to talk to, even though I never have someone to actually talk to. I'm looking at a screen, but it's so weird when you're recording a video. Anyway, so, God, I don't know if I could ever do this. Oh, this whole vlogging thing. I wanted to make some videos trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my YouTube channel and using it to utilize Twitch and my social networks while I'm so limited with my internet. So here I am, probably doing a terrible job. Notice I know I've got no sound, but I have to have an earbud in my ear. Otherwise it's just way too weird. I hate talking in a video or on Twitch without having something in my ear, because otherwise it's just really, you are literally just talking to a computer screen, which I'm still doing. But anyway, I thought I would make a video on why I decided to become a Twitch streamer. Lots of people ask me, and I'm more than happy to answer them, but I figured if I had a YouTube video, it's something to direct them to, and it points me in a right direction, and it's, you know, two birds, one stone sort of deal. So I have been streaming for just over a year now. I started streaming on the 28th of... No. Doesn't even know own stream anniversary. I started streaming on the 17th of May, I think it was, last year, 2016. And I never intended really to stream. If you guys don't already know, I am a total noob when it comes to computers and bits and technology. Well, not technology. I'm good at some forms of technology, just not computers. That's never been my strong suit, but I've had a lot of support in it and a lot of accepting people. And anyway, rambling on. So I never intended to stream games. The first computer game that I really started playing was League of Legends, and I was massively into it, which is surprising because my friends who actually introduced me to League, you know, we were out at a pub and they're like, oh, you should play this game, you know, it's really, really cool. And I was like, okay, let me look at it. And they brought it up on their phone for me, and I looked at it and I was like, that looks like the most ridiculous game I have ever seen. Like, why would you play that? It's so stupid. They're like, no, it's so good, it's so good, like, you have to play it. And I'm just like, I don't know about that. Next thing I knew, they helped me get to level 30 and learn the game and learn some champions, of course, you know, Ash main at the start. And I decided that it wasn't actually too bad of a game. Scarily to the point where I was still at university at this time, so I didn't have to go to work every morning, but to the point where I would wake up in the morning and I had to play League. I had a computer in my room at the time as well, that's why I've moved my computer. But I woke up and I was like, okay, I've got to play League, and I got into ranked and I got really competitive, and I didn't really get anywhere with it, but like, oh, it was consuming me. And one day my friends were like, oh, you know, if you want to get better, you know, you should watch people on this website, and the website was Twitch. And before that, I'd never really heard that much about Twitch. I think I had an account for a while, but I was like, I don't know. I like to learn by myself. I say that to everyone. I like to learn by myself, don't necessarily like to watch people. But anyway, went on and started watching some really iconic people, and found it quite interesting. And I thought, you know, it was really cool seeing these people being able to do what they love, share it with people, and, you know, if they're lucky enough, make a living from it as well. So the idea of streaming popped into my head around then. But obviously I knew with my terrible internet speeds that wouldn't be a possibility for me. So time went on, my obsession with League continued, and yeah, nothing really came over it. I kept studying, etc., etc. And And then a few months later, no, it must have been a while after that. It must have been like 6 months to a year. After that, my friends introduced me to another game. They were, same deal at a pub. Oh, you have to try this game. You have to try this game. And this time, said game was RuneScape. Not RuneScape 3, but old school RuneScape. And again, I looked at this game and I just went, no. That game looks ridiculous. The graphics are horrible. What do you even do on that game? It looks so boring. As you might guess, later down the track I began to play it and I didn't actually think it was that bad. I started questing. I really enjoyed questing. And I'm getting ahead of myself. So I was doing Tutorial Island because we ended up going back to my friend's house after that. And he set me up an account. He was like, you have to try it, you have to try it, you have to try it. So here I am, little old me, never played this game before, even though it's been out for a bajillion years. Loaded in onto Tutorial Island. And to me, I had no idea what was going on, and it was so ridiculous. And I was like, this game's stupid, like, these rah, 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 rah. And, my friends are behind me, and they're like, oh my god, it's so nostalgic, like, watching you, like, holy crap, this is just, like, seeing someone play this for the first time is so amazing. And, time passed, and I was like, nah, whatever, I'm going home. Because it's getting late, not because I was like, this game's... But I went home, and he messaged me after, and he was like, oh, can you stream it so I can watch you? Because he was really enjoying the nostalgia of it, like I was saying before. And I'm going, I don't even know what to do for a stream. And we played around with some settings which were horrid at the time. I had settings way too high, and played around with some settings, and I was working it out with him, and eventually, I went live for the first time on the 17th of May 2016. Basically just for my friends to watch the nostalgia of it. I didn't expect anything to come of it. And even that first stream, I remember, like, just random people coming in and talking to me and wanting to get to know me and, what I was doing in game and why I chose RuneScape. And the weird thing was I never found it confronting at all. Even though the game wasn't something that I necessarily would normally play, the environment that the game and Twitch combined provided was just crazy. So crazy. And I loved it. So, the next day went on and I streamed again. And the next day went on and I streamed again. And eventually I built a community. I built an audience. I was getting followers. It was insane. So I decided, you know what? I'm not going to go at this full time or anything. But I decided to pick it up as a hobby, or I guess a part-time job you might call. And here I am, a year later, partnered with Twitch, and still loving it as much as I did on that first stream. So it's really amazing looking back at the story and how many wonderful people I have met through such an unexpected platform. Obviously, there is a lot of toxicity on Twitch, but I feel so lucky that I have found the small glimmers of hope of the internet and those people that I've built friendships with. I may have never met them, but I feel like I know them better than some of my friends in real life. And I know it sounds silly saying in real life, because obviously we're all in real life right now, but you know what I mean. So I guess I just want to say as well how thankful I am for you guys and the community that you've helped me build, and how far you've brought me in this and the opportunities that you have given me. And I know I have my downtimes when it comes to streaming, and motivation can be an issue sometimes. The internet plays on me quite a lot. but you guys are always there to get me up. And I really, really do appreciate that. And you guys are the reason that I love doing this and hope to possibly one day continue doing this, maybe more than just a part-time hobby or job. Yeah, don't really know what else to say. But just a massive, massive thank you to you guys and the support. Especially to those people way, way early on watching me as a little pixelated person, playing a game that I had no idea how to play, putting up with me. You must have a very high patience level. And you know, some of those people who were there on day one are still here today, 1 year later, so thank you. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, now that I've got over myself, I've got my earbud in, it's not as weird talking to the screen. Hopefully this is something that we can do a little bit more of. I can get a little bit better at editing videos, possibly. But yes, once again, thank you. And if there's anything that you want to particularly know about me, or a video that you particularly want me to create, whether it's content, whether it's a vlog, whatever, I am always open to suggestions. So feel free to comment or message me on Discord, on Twitter, on Twitch, on Instagram, whatever's best for you. But yeah, that's basically it. And I think I need to work on not saying so much, but it's so awkward talking to a computer screen. Like no one's there. Not even text. No one's there. Not even near. But I think that's about it. So that's me. That is how and why I started streaming on Twitch.